Hello everyone, welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana, and in today's session we will be discussing the most important MCQs or current affairs for 13th of September 2024. These are some of the important keywords that we would be covering in today's session. For example, we'll talk about the Anvan 3, then we will see in which state Pahadi Korwa tribe lives, then we will talk about INS-Malpe and INS-Mulki. For example, from which class they belong to. After that, we'll talk about Asha-Scholarship and so on. Okay. So now, without taking any further time, let's get started. The very first question is: recently, where was the second Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation held? The correct answer here is B option, New Delhi. The second Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation was held at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. It was co-hosted by International Civil Aviation Organization and the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the Government of India, and the first conference took place in 2018 in Beijing, China. India had offered to host the second conference in 2020, but later it was postponed because of COVID-19 pandemic. So this conference came at a time when India's aviation industry was transforming, and as the world's third largest domestic aviation market, India aimed to become a hub for the MRO services, cargo and regional aviation. Okay, so second Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference on Civil Aviation took place in New Delhi. The first edition took place in Beijing, China, and India was set to host this second conference in 2020, but later it was postponed because of COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, talking about International Civil Aviation Organization, in which year was this body founded? It was founded in 1944. The headquarters of International Civil Aviation Organization is located in Montreal in Canada. Okay, and what is the purpose of the Chicago Convention of this organization? So basic objective of Chicago Convention is to establish international aviation standard. Okay, if we talk about the COVID-19 pandemic, which country reported the first confirmed case of COVID-19? This was China country. Which organization declared the COVID-19 as a pandemic in March 2020? It was World Health Organization, right? In which year was the Ministry of Civil Aviation in India established? It was established in 1967. Which major Indian initiative aims to improve regional connectivity? It is UDAN, means Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik. Okay. Also, you can be asked that what does the acronym MRO stands for in aviation? Here you can see MRO services. So full form is maintenance, repair and overhaul. And which country is the leading provider of MRO services globally? It is the country US. Okay. At national level, which Indian city is considered a rising hub for MRO services? This is the city of Hyderabad. Moving to the next question. Recently, which bank has introduced the third edition of its flagship Asha-Scholarship program? The correct answer here is the option, State Bank of India. Basically, SBI Foundation has launched the third edition of its Asha-Scholarship program. Basic aim here is to provide the financial support to 10,000 underprivileged or talented students from underprivileged background. The scholarship offered the amounts between 15,000 rupees up to 20 lakh rupees. It actually helped the students from class 6 to postgraduate levels to pursue their educational goals, and this initiative showed SBI's commitment to support educational opportunities for the disadvantaged students in across India. Okay, so recently State Bank of India has introduced the third edition of their flagship Asha Scholarship program. Fine. Now, if we see some static facts regarding SBI Foundation, when was SBI Foundation established? It was established in 2015. And what is the primary focus of SBI Foundation's initiative? Basic objective is social development and sustainability. Fine. Now, talking about underprivileged backgrounds, which index measures the poverty based on multiple deprivations? This is multidimensional poverty index. Okay. And which organization introduced the concept of microfinance? It is the Grameen Bank. Now, what is India's primary government scheme for promoting higher education? It is RUSA program, means Rashtriya Uchitar Shiksha Abhiyan. And what program aims to accelerate classroom learning in India? It is the Samagra Shiksha program. And the midday meal scheme aims to improve what among the school children? Obviously nutrition, right? Next one is INS-Malpe and INS-Mulki, recently seen in the news, belongs to which type of class? The correct answer here is the option Mahe. Okay, INS-Malpe and INS-Mulki are the two anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft vessels, and they have been launched by the Indian Navy at Cochin shipyards. Fine. So these are the fourth and the fifth indigenously built vessels of this type, and they belong to the Mahe class, and they will replace the Navy's Abhay class ASW corvette. The vessels are designed for anti-submarine operations, mine laying, subsurface surveillance, and search and rescue in the coastal waters. So they are 78 meters long, and they can reach the speeds of up to 25 knots. Also, they have an endurance of 1800 nautical miles. They feature state-of-the-art sonar, torpedoes, and advanced weapon system. Okay, so do remember that INS-Malpe and INS-Mulki belongs to the Mahe class of submarine. Okay, now let's see some static facts. Which is the largest ship in the Indian Navy? It is INS Vikramaditya. And when was the Indian Navy officially established? Indian Navy was officially established in the year 1950. Okay, and further if we talk about INS Vikramaditya, it is the largest ship in the Indian Navy, and the ship was commissioned in the year 2013. It can carry over 30 aircraft, and the ship has a maximum displacement of 45,400 tons. Okay, now if we talk about anti-submarine warfare, what is the name of the system that uses underwater sound propagation for submarine detection? It is the sonar. Okay, and what does sonar stands for? Sonar stands for sound navigation and ranging. Basically, it uses the sound waves to detect and locate the objects that are under water, and sonar systems are crucial for submarine detection. Okay, now which country has developed the first operational anti-submarine warfare aircraft? This is the country UK. Now talking about the Cochin Shipyards Limited, in which year was the Cochin Shipyard Limited established? So it was established in the year 1972. What is the largest ship ever built at Cochin Shipyard? It is INS Vikrant. And which ministry controls it? Answer is Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Okay. Now what type of naval vessels are classified under the Mahe class? So they are anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft. And which vessels were replaced by the Mahe class vessels in the Indian Navy? Obviously, it is Abhay class ASW corvettes. Okay. Moving to question number 4. Pahadi Korwa tribe, recently seen in the news, is a particularly vulnerable tribal group of which Indian state? This tribe basically resides in Chhattisgarh state. Why it came into news? Because 54 settlements of the Pahadi Korwa community in northern Chhattisgarh will be connected by roads under the Prime Minister Janman scheme. Okay, that's why this community came into news. It is a particularly vulnerable tribal group of Chhattisgarh state, and they are from the Chota Nagpur region. Primarily they are found in Korba and the Jashpur districts of Chhattisgarh state, with smaller populations in Jharkhand and Uttar Pradesh as well. Their mother tongue is the Korwa language, which is the part of Munda branch of Austro-Asiatic language family, and they totally rely on small-scale farming, fishing, hunting, and jhunga kheti, which is a subsistence farming method. Okay, so Pahadi Korwa tribe is a particularly vulnerable tribal group from Chhattisgarh state. The questions you can be asked are: which areas besides Chhattisgarh have minor Pahadi Korwa population? These are Jharkhand and Uttar Pradesh. Then what is the primary livelihood of this community? Primary livelihood is small scale farming, fishing, hunting, and jhunga kheti. Fine. And if you talk about the PM Janman scheme, what is the primary goal of this scheme? Basic aim is to enhance the road connectivity in the rural and the tribal areas. You can be asked that is the Prime Minister Janman scheme focused on urban or rural development? So obviously it is rural development, right? Talking about the Chota Nagpur region of Chhattisgarh, which plateau is often associated with mineral wealth in India? It is obviously Chota Nagpur plateau. And this region extends over which three states primarily? These states are Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha. What type of forest predominantly covers the Chota Nagpur plateau? These are tropical deciduous forest. Fine. Moving to question number 5. Recently, who has been unanimously re-elected as the chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Official Language? The correct answer here is D option, Home Minister Amit Shah. Recently, he has been unanimously re-elected as the chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Official Language. The government basically aims for all government system to operate in Indian languages by the end of 2047, and the Department of Official Language is developing a software to automatically translate all languages of the 8th schedule. That's why a meeting was held in New Delhi to reconstitute the committee after the formation of the new government, and Amit Shah previously served as the chairperson of this committee from 2019 to 2024. Okay, so Amit Shah has been unanimously re-elected as the chairperson of Parliamentary Committee on Official Language. Now, in which year Parliamentary Committee on Official Language was established? It was established in 1976. Okay, under which article of Constitution? This is article number 344. Who appoints the committee members? This is the President of India. Fine. Moving to question number 6. What is the primary objective of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana, recently completed the 5 years of implementation? The correct answer is C option, to provide social security to small and marginal farmers in their old age. Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana has actually completed 5 successful years. It was launched in the year 12th September in 2019. It provides the social security to land holding small and marginal farmers in across India. This scheme is a voluntary old age pension program that offers 3,000 rupees per month to all the eligible farmers after they turn 60. Okay, so farmers can contribute monthly to the pension fund with the central government matching their contributions. So basic objective of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana is to provide social security to the small and marginal farmers in their old age. And why it came into news? Because recently it has completed its 5 years of implementation. Fine. Let's see some static facts regarding this Yojana. When was this scheme launched? So it was launched in the year 2019. What is the monthly pension amount that is provided under this Yojana? So this amount is 3,000 rupees. And if we talk about some other government schemes of India, which scheme aims at financial inclusion by providing banking services to all the households in India? It is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Then which scheme is aimed at improving the coal supply chain efficiency for power generation? It is the Shakti scheme. And the last one is, which health insurance scheme provides coverage of up to 5 lakh rupees per family per year? This is Ayushman Bharat. Okay, it aims to benefit over 10 crore poor and vulnerable families, and it is a government sponsored healthcare initiative in India. Fine. Enrolled families receive a health card for cashless services. Coming to question number 7. Tianwen-3 mission recently seen in the news is associated with which country? The correct answer is B option, China. China will actually adhere to planetary protection guidelines for its Tianwen-3 mission. Planetary protection aims to prevent biological contamination between Earth and the other celestial bodies, and this principle is based on article number 9 of the Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which seeks to avoid harmful contamination of environment. Okay, so this Tianwen-3 mission is China's Mars sample return project, which is set for a proposed 2028 launch. It will involve sending 2 spacecraft. The first one is orbiter and the second one is lander to Mars to collect and return the samples of Martian rocks and soil to the planet Earth. Okay, so Tianwen-3 mission is associated with the country China. Now if we talk about the Outer Space Treaty, when was this treaty formally opened for signature? Answer is 1967. Which 3 countries were the first to sign the Outer Space Treaty? These 3 countries are US, Soviet Union and UK. And which global organization oversees the adherence to the Outer Space Treaty? It is United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. Okay. Now talking about Tianwen-3 mission, when is this mission stated for launch? Answer is, it is basically proposed for 2028. And what are the 2 important components of Tianwen-3 mission? These are orbiter and lander. The third question is, what will Tianwen-3 aim to return from Mars? So it would come to the Earth with Martian rocks and soil samples. Coming to question number 8. Mukhyamantri Ladli Bahina Yojana, recently seen in the news, was launched by which Indian state? The correct answer here is A option, Madhya Pradesh. Actually, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav has recently announced an additional benefit under the Ladli Bahina Yojana. Okay, so it was launched in the year 2023 on 15th of March, and the scheme basically aims to enhance the women's economic independence and also to improve health and nutrition for women and their children and boost their role in family decisions. So women who are aged 21 to 60 would receive 1250 rupees per month under the scheme, and the program is managed by the Department of Women and Child Development. Okay, so Mukhyamantri Ladli Bahina Yojana was launched by Madhya Pradesh state. Talking about Madhya Pradesh, what is the capital city of Madhya Pradesh? It is obviously Bhopal. Which UNESCO World Heritage Site is located in MP? It is the Khajuraho Temple. And which river flows through the famous marble rocks in Madhya Pradesh? It is the Narmada River, right? Talking about the women's economic independence, which country ranks highest in the Global Gender Gap Index? This is the country Iceland. Then in India, in which year was the Ministry of Women and Child Development formed? This is the year 2006. What program was initiated by the Indian government to support education for girls? This is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, about which we have talked in our previous lecture. Okay. Moving to question number 9. Recently, who has been appointed as the new Finance Secretary of India? The correct answer here is option number C, that is Mr. Tuhin Kanta Pandey. Okay, Tuhin Kanta Pandey has been appointed as the new Finance Secretary. He is a senior IAS officer from the 1987 Odisha cadre. He currently serves in the Finance Ministry and overseeing the Department of Public Enterprises and the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Okay, so you have to remember that our new Finance Secretary is Mr. Tuhin Kanta Pandey. Okay. Now, who is the current Finance Minister of India? This is very famous, Nirmala Sitharaman. Nirmala Sitharaman is India's current Finance Minister, and she assumed the office in the year 2019, right? Now, which government entity handles India's external financial dealings? This is Department of Economic Affairs. And in which year was the India's Ministry of Finance established? It was established in 1946. Talking about Department of Public Enterprises, when was this body established? Answer is 1965. What is the role of Department of Public Enterprises? Basic role is to oversee public sector companies. And if we talk about Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, it was created in the year 2016. And what is the primary function of this body? Primary function is to manage the government investment in public asset. Okay, and formerly it is known as Department of Disinvestment. Fine. Coming to last question. Which country recently won the 4th Intercontinental Cup men's football tournament? The correct answer is B option, Syria. Syria won the 4th Intercontinental Cup men's football championship by defeating the country India in the final round robin match. Mahmoud Al-Mawaz, who is the Syrian captain, received the winner's trophy, and also he was named as the Syed Abdul Rahim player of the tournament. This tournament was organized by All India Football Federation and it took place from 3rd to 9th of September in Hyderabad. 3 teams participated here, which are these: Syria, India and Mauritius, in the round robin format. Okay, 2 things are important. Who's the winner for 4th Intercontinental Cup men's football tournament? This is Syria. And which country was the runner-up? So this country is India. Okay. In what year was the All India Football Federation founded? So it was founded in 1937. And which Indian football club has the most domestic league titles under the AIFF governance? This is Mohan Bagan. Okay. These are the most important current affairs for today. And now we are moving to our revision part, where on daily basis we cover 3 topics. And today our topics are: at first we will be talking about some international current affairs, then we will move to art and culture related some news, and at third we will see some national news. Okay, first of all, let's come to international current affairs. The first question here is: which country recently announced a ban on live sheep exports by sea from 1st of May 2028? This is the country Australia. Panama Canal, which has been in the news, connects which 2 oceans? This canal connects Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Which global organization recently imposed the sanctions on Russia's largest diamond mining firm, that is Alrosa, by adding it to a blacklist? This is European Union. Recently, India signed an agreement with which country to implement 4 community development projects? So India has signed this agreement along with Marshall Islands. Recently, which country has confirmed the discovery of its first deposits of coltan, which is a valuable mineral? So coltan has been found in country Kenya. Which country recently signed a memorandum of understanding with India to enhance their bilateral cooperation in public sector auditing? This country is UAE. Recently, where was the 5th edition of India-Philippines Joint Defense Cooperation meeting held? The correct answer is Manila in Philippines. Okay. Now let's see some art and culture related questions. A snake carving on stone from the Megalithic period was recently discovered in which district of Kerala? This is the Kasaragod district of Kerala. Mananda Sunanda Mahotsav is celebrated in which Indian state? This festival is celebrated in Uttarakhand. Indian Historical Records Commission, which was seen in the news, is functioning under which ministry? IHRC functions under Ministry of Culture. Raja Parb is an agricultural based festival of which Indian state? Answer is Odisha. Where was the India's first digital national museum of epigraphy inaugurated? Correct answer is Hyderabad. Langia Saura paintings, which recently got the GI tag, belongs to which Indian state? Langia Saura paintings belong to the state of Odisha and recently they have got the GI tag. Hampi is located on the banks of which river? Hampi is located on Tungabhadra river. Okay. Now at last we'll be talking about some national current affairs. The first question is, recently Uttar Pradesh has inaugurated the state's first intra-district helicopter service in between which two districts? So state's first intra-district helicopter service has been inaugurated in between Agra and Mathura. Indian Oil Corporation Limited recently signed a memorandum of understanding with which Armed Force of India to promote hydrogen and fuel cell technology? Correct answer is Indian Army. Recently, Bru community participated in the Lok Sabha elections for the first time as voters from which Indian state? So they have participated in Lok Sabha elections for the very first time as voters from the state of Tripura. Ministry of Tribal Affairs laid the foundation stone of Center for Preservation and Promotion of Tribal Culture and Heritage in which Indian state? The correct answer here is Jharkhand. Hamara Samvidhan Hamara Samman campaign is associated with which ministry? It is associated with Ministry of Law and Justice. Recently, the Indian government has established new atomic clocks at which places? So new atomic clocks have been installed in Bhubaneswar, Jaipur and Hyderabad. Kachi Kharik dates, which has recently received a GI tag, belongs to which Indian state? This product belongs to Gujarat and recently it has got the GI tag. Okay. So this is all about our revision session, and now I am winding up the session with some homework, and the homework today would be related to government schemes. On the screen you can see 7 questions. Please try to answer them. Read the questions carefully and answer them in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your answers. And now, before winding up the session, let me remind you again that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series on GKToday Android application. So if you want the PDF of the lecture, you can subscribe to that course by paying a very nominal fees. So now we'll be meeting tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.